Hello, welcome back to K.1L Cafe. Welcome to a part one video, which is always exciting, the introduction to a brand new project. I wanted to do something for my next project that was nice and simple. A bit of a palate cleanser, been away from the bench for a few weeks now because I've been home on leave and quite busy at work. So I wanted a bit of a palate cleanser, something nice and easy to get back into the swing of things. And then I threw that all out the window and decided to go for a resin conversion. So here is the conversion that I'm going to be using. It's by SBS Models from Hungary. This is for now that's a bit of a mouthful. The full title is Hispano Ha-1112/112 K.1L Tripala. It's essentially the Spanish conversion of an ME109 G2 with a different engine in it. Was this a Merlin? Oh, do you know what? I can't even remember. The Butron was definitely a Merlin. I'm not sure these were. But anyway, I really like this aeroplane. I think it looks really cool. Really nice and streamlined. It's not cheap. This was 30 quid just for this, and you don't get the weapons or anything with it. But yeah, there's a bit of a story behind why I've got this. I've already started this model. So what I've done, and this is unusual obviously for a part one, is I've just taken the wings off the sprue, taped them together. And I've already done some modifications to the fuselage. That is because I've already got a conversion set for this. And it's in this box here. It's from a company called Mulberry. Get them off eBay. And they do 3D printed resin conversions. And this is the 48 scale conversion for that. Now, this is beautifully printed. It really is absolutely stunning. You'd have to usual 3D printing things. You'd have to sort of polish it down a little bit, get rid of any sort of visible lines. But it really is very crisp and very lovely. But it's too small. And by sticking that on here, there's just no way it's going to fit. It's wide enough, but it's nowhere near deep enough. It's a good 1.5 millimeters to sort of shallow in the vertical axis. And it comes with a cockpit, and the cockpit is even worse. The cockpit is it's halfway between 48th and 72nd scale. It's 25-30% too small. It's ridiculous. And because this is too small, then the spin is too small, the props are too small. And yeah, it comes with fatally ridiculous little wheels, which are way too thin. And all in all, it's a massive disappointment because that was not cheap. So that's a bit of a bin job. I reached out, got in contact with the guy, and the response I got was, well, it's a conversion, therefore modelling skills are required. Well, I'm sorry, mate, if your cockpit is 25-30% too small, no modeller, no matter how skillful, is going to get that to fit. And it's not built for any particular base kit, the Tamiya or the Eduard kit. But I suspect it probably won't fit the, I might be a bit disingenuous, but I suspect it probably won't fit the Tamiya kit either, because it is just too small in the vertical axis. It's a bit weird, which is a real shame, because it is stunning in the box. But I'm going to hold on to it, and maybe I can use it in some sort of what-if-y thing going forward in the future, which I think might be quite good fun. What you do get in here as well, what I do have is, and I've just bloody dropped it on the floor. Bugger. I'll find that later. is the wing guns. I've also got some wing fences, which I'm hoping are going to fit. And I've got the really funky rocket things. Now these are probably a little bit too small as well, but I think on their own, I think they'll be fine. But that's it. So that's the Mulberry set. That's annoying, isn't it, when you drop something on the floor and then you can't see it straight away. Right, I'll stick that back in there. So I will be using some bits from the set. As I say, like wing fences, ornaments, things like that. Right, in the SBS box, it's cast resin, and what I've already done, for a bit of peace of mind, is this sort of chin bit. You see, I've still got the casting block. If I do it there, you can be able to see it. I've still got the casting block on the nose, and that fits really nicely, just as a dry fit. And then what I've done is I've offered it up to the nose. I need to cut away these panels here. And then because I've cut away this bit here, which is too much material, I'm going to have a bit of a filling job, but that's easy enough. A bit of plastic card, I'm sure. And when putting the wings on, now this set, the SBS set, is designed for the Tamiya kit, which I don't have. I've got this Eduard kit, and actually I prefer the Eduard kit. But when that goes on there, the depth and everything is fine. The only thing is, it's just a little bit wide here. But that's not so much of a problem because there's another resin bit with the radiator that goes underneath that. So I'm going to have to cut that bit out and replace it with the resin. And then the contours should all be a lot closer. The other advantage of... I'm just going to put this back in here so I don't lose anything like I did like the last one. The other advantage of this is you get some instructions, but also you get colour callouts. The only thing is it says Barrack Grey. Now what colour is Barrack Grey? This is like a very light green colour, a greeny sort of grey colour, and yeah, I don't know. I've got a few ideas in mind. It's kind of, I guess it's a bit similar to the Avia S199 from what I can tell. But yeah. So that's a bit of a quandary as well. But you also get a decal sheet. Now there are German markings on here because this aeroplane did simulate a 109 in a film about Marseille. So you get those markings, but I'm going to paint them because this is going to be really quite easy to scan and then do my own masks for. So it's going to be painted. So I'll just pop all that over there out of the way. The only other aftermarket bit I've got, I think, got all sorts of stuff in the bottom of the box here. Yeah, so what I've got is I've got some Barracuda cast wheels. These are lovely. So looking forward to using those. And I've also got some leftover 109 bits. So I've got some of the Barracuda aileron mass balances. I've got an Eduard space instrument panel. I don't have any seat harnesses though, but I can cobble some of those together, I'm sure. And there we are. That's all the bits and pieces. So yeah, bit of an unusual one this. Bit of an unusual part one as well, because normally I go, here's the kit, here's the aftermarket, go. This is going to take a little bit more thought. It's like I say, it's already started. Excuse me. And yeah, I don't know how successful this is going to be. If not, I'll just bin it. But I really want one of these in my collection. In fact, I won't bin it. What I'll do is I'll buy the Tamiya 109 kit, and then I'll use that as a base. I'll have to rivet the airframe, but yeah, we'll see how I get on. Right, there we are. Time to start cutting plastic, I think. So thanks very much for watching. I'll see you on part 2. Cheers, bye-bye.